a minute, Tim. I just heard the car starting. Are you going somewhere?
Oh, you caught me. I was just gonna go fishing. I'll be back in a little while. I should be back sometime this evening, so I'll be home for dinner.
Excuse me? But Sarah is coming over to visit today. I thought I told you. Did you forget? You said you would be here to handle her since I've been sick in bed. You promised. I know you didn't forget.
Yeah, I know, but my boss invited me, so I can't really say no. I have to do what I have to do. You don't want me to get on my boss's bad side, do you? I have to go fishing today.
You could definitely just say no. What are you talking about? You know how sick I've been for these past few days. Couldn't you just tell your boss that you had to stay home and take care of your sick wife? I'm sure he would understand. But then you went ahead and told Sarah she could come over anyway, just like always? What am I supposed to do now? You promised me you would be around so I can stay in bed. How could you do this to me?
I'm sorry. But you've been sleeping so much the past few days that I figured you were probably better by now. I'm sure you can handle it on your own. You don't need me there. I mean, you're feeling well enough to text me. You should be fine, right?
Excuse me?
Look, you've been saying you're feeling really sick, but you haven't even bothered going to the doctor. Why is that my fault? You can't be feeling that bad if you haven't even bothered to go to the doctor. How do I even know that there's anything wrong with you? I think you're just making this whole illness up. You're just trying to slack off on your housework, aren't you?
How dare you talk to me like that? I would never do that. I told you I wanted to go to the doctor, but you wouldn't let me. You said I should just sleep it off. You didn't want to pay for the doctor bill. Don't you remember that? You told me I could just take some over-the-counter drugs and that should be good enough. And I can't believe you're still on me about the housework. As soon as I took some medicine, you were telling me that I needed to get out of bed and get to work. Don't you care about me at all?
Sorry, I just can't feel that bad for you. If I have a little fever, I have to go to work anyway, right? And you're just a housewife. It shouldn't be that hard for you to do a little work around the house. Why do you think it's okay to slack off on all the housework just because you have a little cold? Oh, I really can't believe you.
I have a fever of 104 degrees. Do you know how serious that is? You're the unbelievable one here. How could you just leave your wife alone at a time like this? Just tell your boss you can't make it fishing today after all. You need to get back here right now.
There's absolutely no way that I can do that. I'm already about to meet up with him right now. I can't back out now. Looks like it's going to be a good day for fishing. I should catch a ton, so when I get home, I'm going to need you to clean all the fish for me, all right?
You really don't think about anybody but yourself, do you? Fine. Then I'll have to reach out to Sarah and tell her she can't come over after all. I'm so sorry to be bothering you so early in the morning, Sarah. Look, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you not to come over to our house today. Is that all right? I've got a really high fever, and I really can't get out of bed right now. And Tim just left to go fishing, so he's not even here. I'm really sorry to have to cancel on you last minute like this.
What? How can you tell me this all of a sudden? This is so last minute. Jacqueline was really looking forward to seeing you too. Are you really telling us we can't come?
Look, I really am so sorry, but I don't want Jacqueline to catch whatever I have either. You wouldn't want her to get sick, would you?
No, I'm not really worried about that. It's fine. I think it's good for kids to catch a little cold every once in a while. Helps them develop their immune system. Parents these days are way too overprotective of their kids. They're always trying to protect their kids from viruses and bacteria and whatever. I think kids need to come into contact with that kind of stuff.
Huh?
Didn't you know that? It's good for kids to catch a lot of colds when they're young. It'll make their immune system stronger in the long run. I definitely want my daughter to have a strong natural immune system. So you don't need to worry about your little cold. Just have fun playing with Jacqueline like you always do.
Okay, well, that's not even the main problem. I just can't handle it today. My fever is up to 104. I can't get out of bed. I'm in no shape to be playing with a kid. and there's no way I can make lunch for you guys like I normally do.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm actually going to be out all day. I'll just bring along some snacks for Jacqueline to eat while she's there. You don't have to worry about making her lunch.
What do you mean, you're going to be out all day? So you're just leaving your daughter here with me?
Exactly. I'm sure you'll take great care of her. I'm actually pulling up to your house right now. I'm just going to drop her off out front, okay? Can you come open the door for her? I'll be back to pick her up sometime tonight. See you later.
Excuse me? What do you mean you're just dropping her off out front? I told you I can't get out of bed.
Well, I made plans to meet up with one of my friends today. She's waiting for me right now. I really have to go. So anyway, I'll see you tonight.
Hold on just a minute. Please, I am begging you, just don't do this to me today. I really can't handle it. I have a super high fever and I'm all alone. There's no way I can be a babysitter today.
She's already a first grader. It shouldn't be that much trouble for you. She can mostly take care of herself. All right, I'll talk to you later.
No way! You can't do this to me! Wait! You have to listen to me. I really can't do this today. I've got a terrible headache and I got chills. There's no way I can babysit your kid today. How can you do this to me?
Are you awake yet? Don't worry about Jacqueline. She's back at my house. Just try to relax and get some rest. If you have an appetite, just let me know. I'll try bring you something over for you.
Good morning. I actually just woke up, but what's going on? I don't really remember what happened. I remember dragging myself out of bed and opening the door, but that's it. It's like my memory is completely gone from that moment on.
Well, I'm glad you're at least awake now. You collapsed right there at the front door. Jacqueline grabbed your phone to contact me. She told me what happened.
Oh my God, Jacqueline did that?
Yes, of course. Elementary school kids these days all know how to use a smartphone. They're better at it than we are. I was still really surprised, though. I wasn't expecting her to call me out of the blue like that, begging me to come help you.
Oh, I see. I guess I probably still had my phone screen unlocked.
I rushed over there as soon as I could, but you were already collapsed right in the front door. You had a terrible fever, too. Do you know where Tim or Sarah are? I can't get hold of either one of them. Jacqueline says she has no idea where they are either.
They both went out for the day and left Jacqueline with me. Tim went fishing with his boss. He said he had to go. And Sarah went out to meet up with her friends somewhere. I don't know what they were planning on doing.
Oh my God! You were all alone? Well, we need to track them down and make them come back right away. We have to let them know that you've come down with a terrible fever and you're really sick.
I don't think that's going to make any difference to them. You can try telling them, though. I had already told them that my fever was up to 104 before they left me all alone with Jacqueline.
What now?
I have been really sick for a few days now, so Tim already knew. I told Sarah this morning that I didn't want her to bring Jacqueline around because I didn't want her to catch cold. I asked both of them to cancel their plans for today, but they wouldn't listen.
Are you telling me they just completely ignored your request and went out anyway? I can't believe those two. How could they leave you all alone when you had such a terrible fever? Why would they do that to you?
Oh, thank you so much for coming to help me, Carol. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I would have done without you. And thank you so much for taking care of Jacqueline. I was in no condition to look after her today.
You don't have to thank me for that. It's the least I could do. But Sarah knows that I'm right in the neighborhood, too. I don't know why she would leave Jacqueline with you instead of just bringing her to my place. She must be up to something. Does she ask you to watch Jacqueline a lot?
She sure does. From probably about 6 months ago, she brings Jacqueline over here every week.
Every week? I had no idea. Now I understand why Jacqueline likes you so much. She's been really worried about you this whole time. I can't believe that Sarah's been treating you like this. It makes me so angry that she would do this to you when you're in this condition.
Oh, I hope I didn't upset Jacqueline too much. She must have been so scared.
Oh, she'll be fine. I'm just glad you're awake. I'll bring over something for you to eat right away. I think Jacqueline would feel a lot better if she could see you two, so I'll bring her along, but we won't bother you too much.
Okay, thanks. I do feel a little bit better now, so I think it'll be fine.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon. Right now, you just need to work on resting up and feeling better. You need to take care of yourself.
Hey, Julie. How long are you planning on sleeping for? I'm already home, but there's no dinner waiting for me on the table. What's the story? What have you been doing all day? Why haven't you made me dinner?
You know exactly what I've been doing. You know I have this terrible fever. I've been in bed all day, just like I told you I was going to be. How can you possibly expect me to get up and cook dinner for you in this state?
Do you really think that lame excuse is gonna work on me? What's a little fever anyway? Just take some medicine and you should be able to get up and cook. It can't be that hard.
Excuse me?
Look, I know you're not feeling well, so that's why I wasn't upset when you didn't greet me at the door, but there's a limit to what I'm willing to forgive. Get your butt out of bed and get down here and make me dinner. How dare you make me wait like this when I've been out all day?
Now hold on just a second. Do you really have no idea what's been going on all day?
What do you mean, what's been going on? Oh, do you mean that Jacqueline's not here? You know, now that you mention it, she is supposed to be here. Where is she? Did you lose her or something? Is she in there with you? Has she been sleeping all day too?
Huh?
I can't believe that you didn't do anything to entertain her all day. She's a little kid. She needs somebody to play with. And your husband was out trying to build a better relationship with his boss all day. I was doing that for the both of us, you know? Meanwhile, you're using this little cold you have as an excuse not to even take good care of your own cute little niece. How dare you?
How can you talk to me like that? You wanted to go fishing. That's why you went. Don't try to act like it was some selfless act. And you're really just being terrible to me, Tim. I can't believe you would just leave your sick wife all alone like that. What if something had happened to me? But you haven't said one word to tell me you're sorry. And it doesn't seem like you're worried about me at all.
Huh? What have I done that's so terrible, huh? Do you think that the CEO of my company ever worries about some lowly employee when they're sick? It's the same idea here. Why should I have to apologize or worry about some housekeeper? It doesn't make any sense.
Did you just call me a housekeeper? Is that all I am to you, Tim?
God, you're really getting on my nerves. If you're feeling well enough to complain, then you need to get your butt down here right now. I am not gonna let this slide. You can't just make your husband go hungry when he's been out all day like this. I know this silly little fever of yours is just an excuse to slack off around the house anyways. Oh, just drop the act. If my housekeeper doesn't want to do her job, then she can get out of my house.
No, you're the one who's going to be leaving this house.
Huh?
How dare you talk to your sick wife like that? Who do you think you are? If you think she's nothing more than a housekeeper, then is that what you think about me? There's nothing wrong with being a housewife. I can't believe you would think those things about your own mother, Tim. I thought I raised you better than that.
Huh? Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? My own mother? Oh, wait, is that you, Mom? Mom, what are you doing in my house? Are you here right now?
Oh, you're such an idiot. No, I am not at your house. Your wife is resting up here at my place. You didn't even realize that your poor sick wife wasn't at home? How can you be so insensitive?
Huh? She's over there at your place?
Yes, she is, and there's no way I'm letting her go back home to you in this state. I'll be taking care of her here until she feels better. I know we can't count on you to help her at all. While she's here recovering, you better start getting ready to move out of that house. You and Julie are getting a divorce. I am not letting her put up with you any longer. And you're going to have to give her that house to make up for all the trouble you've caused her.
What? Where's all this divorce talk coming from all of a sudden? Who are you to decide that for me? And how dare you tell me I have to move out of my own house? Why should I give that house to Julie? That's my house. This is between me and my wife, Mom. You need to stay out of it.
You shut your mouth, you good-for-nothing son. If I'd stayed out of it, your wife would still be collapsed in a doorway. Who knows what would have happened to her? How dare you give me this attitude after what I did for you? I am your mother.
What was that? You said she collapsed?
A husband like you who would leave his wife when she has a high fever like that doesn't deserve to have a family. You need to go out right now and get the paperwork to file for divorce. Your marriage is over. There is no way I am going to let you continue treating your wife like this. I raised you better than this.
Huh?
You need to go get that paperwork and fill it out. Once you've done that, you can put it in my mailbox. I'll take care of the rest. I'll help Julie fill out her part of it, so you need to pack up all your junk and get out of that house right now. And you better leave the place spotless, too. You've already caused Julie enough trouble. She feels better. I don't want her having to go back to a mess.
Now hold on just a second. Let's talk this over. How do we go from Julie catching a little cold to us getting divorced all of a sudden? This isn't making sense to me. And why do you keep telling me I have to move out of my own house? This is my house. You can't tell me what to do.
And I keep telling you, you need to stop with that attitude right now. You really are a good-for-nothing loser of a son. It's not even like you brought that house all on your own. Julie's always been there to support you. She made it so you can concentrate on your career. That's why you were able to buy that house. You better stop pretending like you did it all on your own right this second. I have had just about enough from you.
What is going on here? You're just taking her side because you're both housewives. That's all this is. Don't act like she provided me with some vital support. Who cares what a housewife does? It's not that big a deal. Trying to claim that the house belongs to the both of us is completely insane. I do understand why you feel sympathy for her, but that's way too far. I know you must understand how hard it is for a husband to make all the money to support his family, right, Mom?
Of course I do. Look at how many years I supported your dad for, and that's exactly why I'm telling you this. Let me say it one more time. You need to divorce Julie right now. You don't deserve a wife. You've proven that.
What?
You think you can get by without a good woman at home to support you? Let's just see how you like it when you have to do all the housework for yourself. You said yourself it wasn't that big of a deal. You should be able to handle it, right? And it shouldn't be a problem for you at all, working full-time and taking care of everything at home, right? You're such a big, strong man. I'm sure you can take it.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm sure I could figure it out. But with as hard as I work, I really don't feel like doing anything after I get home. I've got to rest up for the next hard day at work, after all.
Well, if housework's really not that big a deal, then you should be able to handle it easily, though.
Huh?
Julie told me about how picky an eater you are, too. She said you never want to eat your vegetables, and she told me you said some ridiculous rule that she couldn't spend more than $200 a month on food. Oh, good luck to you keeping that up. Let's see how you feed yourself.
Why should I have to live that way?
Why do you sound so upset? It's nothing but a little housework, right? It's not that big a deal. It's just like at your job. If one of the employees isn't there, the CEO has to do the work, right? You thought you were really in charge of everything, like a little dictator around the house. What's wrong? Afraid of a little housework?
Oh my God!
It doesn't make sense for the boss not to be able to do the work of a lowly employee. That would never happen, would it? So anyway, we'll be waiting for you to drop those divorce papers by. You better be quick with it. Julie, I am so sorry. I hate to spring this on you, but I'm going to stay out drinking with my friends, so I won't be able to pick Jacqueline up until tomorrow morning. I'm sure you can handle it, though. You're so good with her. You don't need to worry about picking her up tomorrow morning. You don't ever have to look after her again. Sarah, you are clearly not qualified to be Jacqueline's mother. I'll be looking after her from now on. You need to go explain to your husband exactly why this is happening. Huh? Wait a minute. What's going on? Is that you, Mom? I thought I was texting Julie. Did I send this to the wrong number? No, this is the right number, but it is me. Julie's at my house recovering right now. I can't believe you would push your kid on her like that when she's so sick. I am holding on to her phone for her until her divorce is finalized. Divorce? What are you talking about? She's divorcing Tim? It's not just your brother who's getting divorced. You will be too. I already contacted your husband about it. He said he's flying back first thing in the morning, so you better talk it over with him then. Huh? What do you mean I'm getting divorced too? He really believed that you were trying very hard to take care of Jacqueline while he was away for work. He had no idea that you were just pushing Jacqueline onto Julie like this. He was shocked to learn that you didn't even take care of your own daughter. Julie told me everything. She said you've been taking Jacqueline over to her place every week for like 6 months now. Oh, well, about that. If it was really that hard on you taking care of Jacqueline all by yourself, you should have talked it over with your husband before you started pushing your problems on everybody else. Apparently, he has some things he wants to talk to about too, so I think this should be the perfect timing for you to really talk about your future. Oh, and maybe you should bring that friend that you're out drinking with you. I know all about him too. Your husband said he definitely wants that guy to be there too. Hold on a second. Why does he even know about this guy? How did he find out? That's the whole reason I was taking Jacqueline over to Julie's place all the time. I figured that I would never get caught that way. I can't believe that both of my kids turned out to be such losers. What's wrong with you two? I did my best to raise you the best I could. I don't know what went wrong. Why did you both turn out to be such awful humans? Well, what am I supposed to do now, Mom? Do you really think that I'm going to have to get divorced? If I do, can I come home and live with you? It'll be just like old times. Of course you can't come live with me. Why would I let you do that? You and Tim are no longer allowed in my house. I don't ever want to see either one of your faces again. How can you say that to me? Well, that's all I have to say to you. Until you finish talking things over with your husband, Jacqueline will be here with me. Don't worry, I'll take better care of her than you ever could. Once you figure out who's going to have custody of her, please let me know.
Please, Julie. We have to get back together. You have to forgive me. Now I realize that I'm no good without you. I can't live without you. I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart. So please, I'm begging you, would you please give me a chance to try again?
Excuse me?
I've been staying in a motel right now, but I can't live like this for too much longer. In fact, I need to be out of here by tomorrow. They told me they can't allow a person who throws a fit about the quality of the continental breakfast every day to keep living here. How was I supposed to know that they would react so badly? I just wanted some good food to eat is all. Is that too much to ask?
Oh, wow. Who could have seen that coming? I don't know if I've ever met somebody who's been kicked out of a motel before.
And everybody at my office heard that we got divorced. For some reason, everybody's talking about it. All of a sudden, nobody wants to talk to me anymore. My home life is a total mess. I can't concentrate on my job at all anymore. And even after I come home from work, I can't rest up at all. I feel terrible all the time. I feel like I'm at the end of my rope. I need you, Julie.
Well, it's just a little housework. It's not that big a deal. You always seem to think it wasn't that hard. I'm sure you can figure something out. You'll be used to it before you know it. Best of luck to you working all day and then coming home and taking care of all the housework.
How can you be so cruel to me? Every morning when I wake up and I realize you're not there, I cry. Now I realize how happy my life was with you. I finally realized how important you are to me.
Wow.
So you have to give me another chance. Let's live together one more time. I promise I'll never let Sarah come around again. I want to go back to the way our life was before.
What a coincidence. I was thinking I want to go back to the way life was before, too.
Really? So you're saying you do want to get back together with me?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about going back to the way life was before I was just treated like a housekeeper all the time. I want to go back to the time where I was just living for myself, so there's absolutely no chance that I would ever get back together with you.
No, don't leave me like this. I really need you, Julie.
That's not true. You just need a housekeeper. If it's really that hard on you, why don't you just hire a housekeeper? That should solve everything.
I promise I'll never treat you like just a housekeeper again. I promise I'll take good care of you as my wife. I'll even help out with the housework a little bit too. I am begging you, please, just give me one last chance.
There's no reason for me to give you another chance. Well, I hope you take good care of yourself. It's been pretty cold out there these days. If you come down with a fever, there's no one to take care of you by yourself. Tim moved into a cheap apartment right after that. But of course, he never learned how to actually take care of himself. He apparently shows up in a dirty suit every day to his job because he can't even learn how to do laundry or go to dry cleaner by himself. He's been given less and less responsibility at the office. At least he still has a job, I guess. Apparently, he's just doing a bunch of meaningless paperwork these days. On the other hand, my former mother-in-law has been really great to me. I've been able to keep living in the house that Tim and I used to share, and he's been making some alimony payments to me. For now, I'm living off that while I look for a job. Life's been pretty good. As for my former sister-in-law, Sarah, she did end up getting divorced too. Her ex-husband got custody of their daughter. Jacqueline still comes by to visit her grandma sometimes. Sometimes they invite me over too so I can see her. I think it's going to be super hard for Sarah to keep up with the child support payments. She's already behind. If she doesn't pay then, she doesn't have any right to see her daughter at all. I heard she's working 2 jobs now, just to try make ends meet. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and let us know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this and press the bell for notifications.